So, so first thing, I would like to thank everyone for giving us the reviews. So here I have some reviews. So thank you so much, people, for reviewing and giving a lot of comments. We are very happy that people are, you know, are very happy about these trainings. And again, for all those who have reviewed and commented, you have a special gift from ITAS for people who have reviewed and people who will be reviewing. And there are some surprise gift also. Tomorrow, Vidya will be actually explaining about the MO200 examination. So there, she'll be giving you some links to review us. So those people also will be getting some special gift. Okay, so that special gift I'll tell you next week for all those who have reviewed us. Okay, fine. And Manjunath, you can actually share the link of the app. Okay, so they can join from the link itself. Here they can join from the link. So I'll share that link as well. Okay, so here I'll have the link so they can join from this link or the Zoom link what it has been sent. Okay, fine. And also, thank you so much, people. There are almost 75 people who have answered and they have passed. Sufyan, no worries. Still, we have not started the session. Okay, Sufyan, all of you, don't worry. We just still, discussing about the previous quiz and the reviews. Okay, I'll be showing all the marks and whoever have done very well, who have got 70 marks and above, their names will be announced in our social media portal as well. Okay, in LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, so that you guys can also follow that. You can share it with your friends and show that you have won some prize and also you have got a very good marks in Excel. Okay, and also you'll be getting certificate next week. Okay, no worries. I'll show you all the names after this session. I'll be showing you that as well. Okay, so no worries. Let's start the session and then I'll show you the results also in the end. All the results are there. That also I'll be showing you with the names, with your ranks, your marks, everything will be shown. Okay, fine. So let's start today's topic. So we'll start. Please stop messaging, all of you. All of you stop messaging. I'll answer all your questions in the end because there are a lot many things to discuss. Interesting topics. Yesterday, we are supposed to discuss on this data tools, which we actually missed because of the time consideration. Because we didn't had a lot of time and we had to cover a lot many things. So for which we are taking this topic today. Data tools. Let me open my Excel. And also let's open the notepad. Okay, data. So what is this data tool? First, let's understand. I'll just go to this blank workbook. Let's go to this data. Here I have something called as data tools. In the previous session, we learned about data validation. This is one of the data tools actually, which will help us in validating the data. Similarly, there are more other options. Let's go with this consolidate. Let's understand what is consolidate. Let me just consolidate. Consolidate means it is actually used. Let's take arrow. Okay. Consolidation is combining or summarizing the data. Various range. Let me show you what it is. I have one file for that consolidation. So this will be shared with you again. You can work on this. I opened one file here. Observe this. I have this north, south, east, and west. There are 4 different sheets with 4 different regions. And here you can see the quarters and the total. Let's summarize this and get it into consolidate sheet. Consolidate, I have named it. It can be any other sheet as well. So take one blank sheet. Here I'll consolidate. That means I'm trying to summarize. How to consolidate? Select anywhere in your sheet. It's not that you have to go and select a particular cell only. Anywhere. Let me just select this D5. I'm just selecting this. Go to data. Here you have consolidate. As I mentioned, consolidate, you can see there is a tooltip or say screen tip which is coming there. It says summarize data from separate ranges, consolidating the results in a single output range. So this is the definition. I'll click on this consolidate. You can see that I'll get one small window here. What is this small window says? It says function. What is function? We have already learned about this function while working on this formulas and function. Sum, average, product, minimum, maximum, all these are functions. If I click on this, you can see there are various different functions. As of now, I want sum. I have this reference. I'll select this range picker. Let me click on this range picker. I'll go to this first sheet and here I will select the entire range. I just selected. How did I select? I'll just say, see, let me show you from beginning. Click on this. I'll select the first cell, Control Shift right arrow, down arrow. Now let's say add. You can see that I just clicked on this add, the range what I had selected, that will be listed down here. It's not that only one range I wanted. I want other ranges as well from various different sheets. Now, when I say this range, keep this in mind. It's not that it should be in the different sheet. It can be within the sheets as well with different ranges. I'll go to this another sheet, south. I'll select the first cell, Control Shift, right arrow, Control Shift, down arrow, and you can see that now 2 ranges have been listed down here. Let's go to this east. I'll select same thing. I'll do say add. West, again same thing, add. Done. I added 4 ranges. Now what I want is I want the summarized report in consolidate sheet. Let me go here. I'll select this top row and I'll select this left column. And then I'll say, okay, I think I selected a false range. Let me do it again quickly. Okay. Let me just delete this. Okay, see what I got now is sum. This is for sum. You can see that I have the regions, I have the quarters and summarized total here. That means for all these regions, it is combining for quarter 1. If you see here, it is adding up all this and is giving me the total. Similarly, it is doing for all the quarters and for all the regions, I'm getting the data. This is called as consolidation. Let's go here. I want average. Let me take average. I want to get the value, that is, I want to get the result, summarized result, that is average. I'll click on this consolidate. Already I have the ranges here. I don't want to do the process again. Once again, selecting all this, I just go here and select this average. When I select this average, the function is getting changed. I'll say, okay, you can see that I'm getting the average. What if I want to get minimum? Say min. I'm just typing here. You don't have to type. Let me go here, consolidate, change this to minimum and say, okay. You can see the minimum value in that particular range what you have selected, max. Select, consolidate and say max. So, okay. So this is how we can actually get the summarized report. Either it can be some average, minimum, max, or anything, whatever functions is available. If you also want count, you can do that as well. Go here, say count, say consolidate. Here I'll say count and say okay. You can see that all the ranges have got same number of records, so it is giving me same numbers here. Next is this consolidate. We understood it is summarizing. What if I change any data here? Will that get updated here as well? These data, the summarized data is not linked. That means now if I change anything, let me just delete all this. This will not get updated here. You can see that I deleted North. Quarter 1, it is still available. Let me delete this. Again, I'll go to this consolidate and then I'll say sum. Say okay. Now you can see I'm getting this black. That means you have to do the consolidation once again. Not the selection, only that consolidation. So anything you can actually consolidate like this. But you should be very careful with the headings, the names here. Either row headings or column headings. What happens? Let me just show you. I'll go here somewhere, just select this. I'll change the name now. I'll make it as one space quarter 1. And here we'll go to south. I'll say quarter 2. Just I changed 2 column names here. I just give a space here. Let me go here, consolidate, and I'll say okay. Now you can see that quarter 1, this is blank anyways. You can see that quarter 2 of south, it is blank because the heading is now with space. A separate column header will be created. So even though this is quarter 2 and this is quarter 2, there is one space here. So you might get some results like this. So you should be very, very careful. Let me clear this. I cleared everything. I'll go to this consolidate and delete all this, delete all the ranges, and we'll do it from beginning because we had a confusion in the beginning. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so let's do it from beginning. Consolidate, reference. I will select this. Say add. Go to south. Again, I'm selecting this. Say add. And east, select and say add. Go to west, select and say add. Then top row, left column, because we need the heading, and say okay. Okay, so why are we getting this? Because we have some difference in headings here. Okay, so we should be very careful with these things, right? Okay, so this data I'll be giving you. You can practice this after this session. So all the data, whatever is available here, I'll be giving you this. Okay, right. Let me close this. Let's go to next one, flash fill. After consolidate, the data tool we have flash. Right. So what is flash fill? Fill the values depending on examples. What is this? Let's see. I'll open this flash fill. You just observe now. The flash fill is actually completely based on artificial intelligence. Okay. So what am I telling? So what are what am I actually trying to tell you? See here. For example, I have salesperson name. Usually, suppose if you want first name or I want only the initials, what we do, we try to write a formula. We know that we have this formula left off, say equals left off, and I'll select this comma 5, I'll get the first name. Just imagine if I'm writing formula, here I'll say 5, then again I have to go here and make it dynamic, here 4, then here I have only first name, I don't have last name. Instead, what I'll do is, I'll just type the first name. Just observe, I just typed only first name. I'll go to this data. In this data tools, I have one option, flash fill. Let me click on this flash fill. Just observe, it is giving me all the first name here. Automatically it will. Shortcut key is Control E. You can use Control E as well. Right. I just want only the initials, the first name and the last name. I'll say JK. Just observe. Now the flash fill option has been applied to this range. I'll say enter. See, automatically I'll get the initials here like this. I want with space JK. See, with space. I want this in small letters. See? Not only this. Let's say I have this vest. I want first two characters of this vest. I'll say WE. I'll say enter. See, it is taking from here. Lightsabers. I'll say LS. Enter. See. Enterprise. I'll say E and T. See, getting first three characters of this. It's not that it's taking from only this column. If I type something here, depending on the examples, what it will do is it will try to search and it will understand what actually we are trying to do, what actually we are trying to extract. For example, now I have this sales. I'll say 16, say enter. See, it is taking first two numbers here. Anything you can do actually. Let's try one more example. James Kirk from region West. See, it is taking this sales rep name and it is taking this region, what region we have. So whatever I type, depending on the example, rest all the cells will be filled. This is called as flash fill. There are so many examples, so many options what we can actually do. If you guys are so very interested in this flash fill, okay, this flash fill is that's all. You can do a lot many things here. I have almost 28 solved examples of this flash fill in my YouTube or in the app also. It is completely free. If you want to learn, you can go, you can learn from there with the data you have. So in the YouTube channel, I have made some 27 to 28 videos of various different examples. You can easily learn that, and without using formulas, we can do a lot many things with this flash fill. Okay, right. So this is another data tools. Next one is something which is very much important. People who are into this data analytics, data scientists, or people who work on MIS reporting or something which you are actually working on the data. What is that? Let me just tell you. I'll open one file here. I'll just open one file. Just observe this data. See this data. It is actually in Notepad. If you are a professional who are attending this session, you might be knowing this data, but people who are, say, students or some freshers who have not seen this kind of data, I'll tell you what is this data. See, this data is actually some client and market data. Okay. The data what you see here, this is in Notepad, but they are actually in column and rows. But if you see here, it is completely like it is jumbled or it is like very congested. Let me just reduce the font size so that you can see. Just make it as 12. See, it is still confusing now if you see this data. But how can I actually have this data, understand this data in column wise or row wise? Let me again zoom this. I'll increase the font size. Make it as 28. Watch it very clear. There are so many commas here like this. Sometimes some huge data will be given in notepads. The reason I'll tell you, Notepad will actually occupy less space compared to Excel. Why it occupies less space is, here if you see in Notepad, we cannot format or we cannot add any objects like what we do in Excel file. So that is why it occupies very less space. It consumes very less space in the memory. And you can see I cannot even color this also. It is just that only the values what I can actually feed in the notepad. So for that reason, what they do is they'll just dump all the data in notepad, but there should be a format for that, so that when I take this to Excel, or if this is imported into Excel or say SQL softwares, it has to be in a proper table format. Just observe very carefully. Here I have this comma. That means every comma here is separating the data into different columns. And these characters which separates the data into different columns, they are called as delimiters. Okay. So this file is a delimited file, which has got the delimiter comma. And now I'm trying to take this to Excel. How to take this to Excel? There are various different ways. I'll tell you the easiest way. Drag it. See, I'm just dragging it. Alt tab. I'm just dropping it in Excel. See, I just dropped it in Excel. If you observe this, every row has got the data like this. But I want to convert this into column wise, because I want the data should be in column wise and record wise. All the data is in record wise now. I want to separate this in column wise. And the data is separated by comma. Select the entire data here in the first column. Go to this data. Here I have this text to columns. Click on this text to columns. Now here I have two options. One is delimited, one is fixed. Delimited is nothing but you can see that I have these characters, comma separators. That is called as delimiters. Fixed means sometimes what happens, there are some data which has got fixed length. Let's say I have 20 characters, one word. I want to split that, say first 3 characters, the next 5 characters, next 7 characters like this. Then I can go for fixed. When I say fixed, what happens? See here, when I say next, I can break that like this. Say 10th character, 30 character, 40 character, something like this. But when I say delimited, what happens? When I say next, you can see I'll get the delimiters. In this case, it is comma. It can be semicolon, comma, space, or tab, or sometimes it can have other characters as well, which you can specify here. But there is a rule, or say, there is one principle actually. Whenever I get any data like this, I can have only one delimiter. Okay, in this, I have the delimiter as comma. So the entire file should be comma only. If there are multiple delimiters, then it is difficult to convert that. In that case, we have to do it multiple times. But usually 99% we get only one delimiter in a file. But suppose if you still get, don't worry, you have to do it multiple times, because we can convert text to column one at a time here. Otherwise also you can select here, but I'm not sure how far it will be correct. Okay. So in this case, I have comma separator. I've taken this comma. You can see that the columns are getting separated wherever I have this comma. Let's say next. Then I have all the columns and I'll say finish. If I just say finish, you just see the entire data, what was there in notepad, it will get converted to columns like this. And then I'll have to save this. So this is text to columns. Why do we use this? Text to columns are actually used so that the data what we have in notepad, which occupies less space, which consumes less space in the memory, that has to be converted to Excel. So in that case, I use this text to columns. Okay. So here we have various other data tools as well. Let's say one more data tool is remove duplicates. I'll tell you what it is. Let's assume that I will copy this client ID and I'll paste it. Here I have many duplicates. If you go and check this, let me just filter it. I just filter. You can see that there are 31 client IDs. But the total number of records here you can see 2866. I want to remove all the duplicates. I want to keep only unique values. That means only once what it is repeating. I'll go and click on this remove duplicate. It will ask for the column and say, okay, see, all that data what we had will be removed. and I'll have only unique values. That means if this client 001 is repeating 10 times, it will remove and it will have only 1 times. If you think that you want to have unique values, then you can use this remove duplicates. Next two columns, convert delimited data into Excel file, and then remove duplicates. Remove duplicate and get unique values. Okay, these are data tools. There is one more. This is completely advanced. This is the next level of Excel. Let's see if I have one more session, say, which we call it as advanced Excel professional. In that time, we'll actually plan. Otherwise, also there are some videos in our YouTube and app. You can go and you can check that. This I cannot cover because this is totally high-end topic actually. But still, in pivot table, I'll be showing you some of these things. Okay, some of this. I'll also have a touch base on this. When you come to this pivot table, I have one data. There I'll show you about this data modeling as well, but not in depth of it. Okay. So these are data tools. Okay, let me just close this. Let's take one small break. And now I'll ask you one question so that I'll know that you guys are attentive. Okay, right. So people, I want to know what are the different tools what we learned till now. Whatever we have learned, just mention that quickly. I'll just give 1 minute. I want you guys to message me very quickly. Quick. Data tools, what we learned. There are various different data tools what we learned. Just now we learned various different options, right? People? Okay, good. Anusha, very good. Consolidation, flash fill text to columns, and remove duplicates as well. Rohan. Quickly, what happened? No energy today? Good. Nikhil, did you copy and paste what Trisha had messaged? Huh? Okay. Good, Vinayak. People, don't worry. I'm not testing you guys. I'm just asking you these questions so that you'll be attentive. Okay. Flash fill. Yes, Rakshita. Good. Okay. Quickly, everyone should participate actually. I'm not testing you guys or I'm not giving you any marks. Very good. Good. Consolidation, flash fill, text to column, and remove duplicates as well. Sufyan, remove duplicates as well. Okay, Suchitra, very good. Good. I can see some of you. I want all of you to answer it. Okay. And don't worry, people. See, I'm not asking you directly to speak. At least you can message, right? You can participate. Okay. I was very happy to see there are 75 people who have answered, and they've got very good marks. Some of you have got 100 out of 100. I felt really very happy when I saw that quiz. Okay. So all of you will surely get the course what I've promised. And also tomorrow, whoever will give the review on Google review, they'll have a surprise gifts as well from our side for sure. Okay. Yes, Vinayak, I know. You will get. People have already given. Yes, you will get. Yesterday's session is not available. It is there. I'll show you. It is there. Okay. So Suraj, what it will do is it will remove, say, for example, now I have 10 data with the same IDs. It will remove all the other things and it will keep only one ID. Okay. It will keep only one ID. I'll show you one more example. Don't worry. We will take one more example. That time I'll show you. Okay, fine. So stop. All of you stop typing. Now, how was this data tools session? Now you have to encourage me. Good. You should not take more than 5 seconds to answer. You know, you should answer it very quickly. Very good. Good. It feels very happy about ourselves also that, you know, we are teaching you guys and you guys are understanding it and learning something. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you another 5 seconds. If someone wants to encourage me, comment, you can do it. And after that, we'll go for very interesting topic, that is charts, charting techniques. I'll show you wonderful charts and very interesting charts. Okay. Right. Okay. Now stop, all of you. Now, no fingers on the keyboard, just eyes on the screen. Okay, Nayak. So people, I'll tell you one thing before I start the next session. I am actually a trainer by passion, not just for business. Okay, so I want every students wherever I go. If I give any seminar, if I take any webinar, if I take any class, I want people at least to learn 1% from heart. Okay, so this is my policy. So I'll teach you whatever I can within the time period what it is given. Okay, fine. So all of you stop typing. Listen now. Okay, all of you, please. All right. Let me close this, and now we'll go for something very interesting topic, which many data analyst, business analyst, or data scientist will actually use. Okay. All right. So please concentrate, people. Next chapter, what we have is charts. So this one, just end here. Okay, charts. First, let's understand what is chart. Okay. Chart means it is a pictorial representation of the data what we have. What is that? Let's understand something like this. I have a data here. If I give it to someone, it is little difficult for us to understand. But the same thing, if I give this in a picture or images, it is more easy for us to understand. Let's take an example. Let me ask one simple question, a quick question. You people watch sports. It can be a football, it can be cricket, or any other matches. Yes? Yes or no? Just message. You guys watch, right? Any sports. Okay, fine. Now, in that, let's take cricket. That's very popular game what we actually watch, especially Indians. Right. Okay. Fine, fine, fine. Stop. Now, if you watch a cricket match, let's take 10 years back. We actually watched cricket match and we used to see the scores. The scores were actually in numbers. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, people, stop messaging. Listen. 10 years back, the cricket match we were actually watching in TV, we used to get all the scores. So it was something like a scoreboard will come here and we used to get some scores like this. And again, the entire scoreboard will come like this and they'll have scores like this. But now if you see, the kind of visualization is completely changed. Just observe, there'll be one screen. Okay, suddenly it will appear where I'll have team 1 data with the chart and team 2 with comparison. Or there'll be one person standing here, batsman, and here you can see one chart appearing here, the pie chart with the zeros, ones, 2, 6, 4, whatever. Or sometimes you can see a bowler is bowling and you can see that the ball will be bouncing and you can see so many balls at a time. These are called as visualizations, which will help us in understanding the data very quickly. Okay, so things are changing. Many softwares are coming. or the visualizations are becoming more and more easier to understand. So people who are into this data analytics, people who are data scientists or business analysts or people who are working on MIS reporting, they always make sure that the data what we show is very much easy to understand. Okay, for that we use this chart. Charts are nothing but they are pictorial, say pictorial representation of data, or you can say numbers. Okay, right. Let's assume I have one data here like this. What is this data? This is from various different company, and this is the sales data. That means you're trying to compare between each company. I want to show this comparison in pictorial way. In any business intelligence tools or any reporting tools, keep these 4 charts in mind. Column chart, bar chart, pie chart, and line chart. People, these 4 charts are the basic charts which you will be using everywhere. Using these charts, you can create more other advanced charts as well. I'll show you that as well. Let's come back. Whenever you feel that you're trying to compare the data, I'm trying to compare the data. At that time, we can use column chart, bar chart, or pie chart. So these 3 charts, column, bar, and pie. Let's assume this data. I'm trying to compare between each companies. I will select, see how I'll create the chart, select, go to insert. Here I'll have this charts. And here you can see there are so many charts, right? So what I'll do, I want to create one column chart. Here you can see column chart. I'll click on this. Here I have this column clustered. In column chart itself, we have this stacked, 100% stacked. Now don't use these two. Let's go to this column clustered. I'll click on this. Let me just increase this like this. So I got this chart. I want to format it. It's not looking so good. So what I'll do, I'll go to this chart design. Here you can see chart styles. Click on this. Here you have so many different charts. I'll click on this particular chart. This looks little good. If you feel that I want something like this, anything you can just select. I'll click here because this is the chart which I like more. Click on this, see, the chart is ready. And now the comparison, what I'm trying to do here, it is little confusing or say difficult for me to understand, but here it is very easy because here I can see Bayer, yes, this is doing very good. Or I can see next is Merck like this, then something like this. Whatever data I have here, that will be representing in pictorial way. Now I'll go to this data and I'll say sort. Yes, I'll select this. Let's select sales. I'll say largest to smallest. We saw this in the previous session. I'll say, okay, see, I can see that Bayer, Merck goes on like this. We can compare the data, something like this aspect. So this is column chart. Same data. See, here I have the same data here, bar chart, and do it here only. Let me select this. I'll go to this insert and I'll say bar chart, this one. For this also I have the same kind of designs here. I can select, I can change this like this. Let me keep it here like this. See, these 2 charts are actually same. Only the way they are represented is different. Here you can see this is vertical bars. Here it is horizontal bars. So what you see, the vertical bar, this is called as column chart. What you see, the horizontal bar, this is called as bar chart. In Excel, Power BI, or in some of the softwares, in some of the applications, we have this column or bar chart. But if you take this Tableau, okay, there is one software called as Tableau. In that, we don't have column chart or bar chart. We have vertical bar or horizontal bar. So don't get confused. when they say vertical bar, horizontal bar, the complete, say the name, the technical name given in Excel for the vertical bar, we call it as column chart. And here we have this horizontal bar, we call it as bar chart. Okay, fine. Similar kind of data, we can also have something called as pie chart here. Let me click on this pie chart and I'll keep it. This also, if you want, you can format it however you want, like this. Let me keep it like this. See, whenever I want to compare the data, then I'll be using column chart, bar chart, or pie chart. Any of these charts you can actually use. Why there are different charts? Why should we actually create? What is the appropriate chart even while comparing? I'll tell you. Whenever you have very less data like this is called as elements, okay, or entities. Anything you can call. We call it as elements or entities. If you feel that there are very less entities, go for column chart. Sometimes what happens, we have more number of elements like this, or say entities. It is difficult. What happens is, the chart will go like this towards end like this. It will be difficult. Usually when I scroll, you can see that I'm scrolling like this. I'll scroll top to bottom. In that case, use bar chart so that the bar chart will be something like this, very big, like this. You can keep scrolling and you can check the data. But when it goes to the column chart, if you just observe, if it is something like this, you have to scroll like this. Then I have the mouse and I can just scroll like this. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if I have less entities, go for column chart. If I have more entities, go for bar chart. But both represent in a similar way. Only thing is the orientation or the direction will be changed. Right. Pie chart. Again, pie chart is actually a circle chart. You can see a pie here and you can see the values here. They're getting divided depending on these values. This entire thing is 100%. Based on the values, it is getting divided by the percentage. Okay. So here, pie chart should always be used when you have very less entities. When you have more entities, do not think about the pie chart. Okay, fine. Next one. Let me just select this and I'll change this design. Let's take a normal design only. Right. Instead, I'll just create a new one. Let's create a new one. Okay, I'll tell you why I created a new one. Let's move this down. Okay. All right. When I create a chart, these values are getting, plotted. But if you see, there are so many numbers here, some lines here, here one text. Let's understand this. These are called as elements. Okay, these are called as elements. This is called as series. This is one series. Next example, I will tell you about multiple series as well. Let's understand the elements here. This one, this is chart title. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is called as grid lines. This is the series. This is grid line. When I click on this, see, this is called as plot area, where the numbers are plotted. When I click on the entire chart, this is called as chart area. This is chart area. This is plot area that is inside. This is y-axis, x-axis, chart title. If you just go here, I have 3 buttons. Click on this plus mark. See, all the elements, whatever is there in this chart will be listed down here. Axis. This is y-axis, x-axis. Let me just click on this. See here, primary, horizontal. If I remove this, see, the axis is gone. Vertical, this one, this is gone. If you want, I'll just go here, click on this. Again, I'll get this. See here, why I created a new chart is because here I don't have the axis values. Let's click on this. See, I'll go to this axis. You can see that the vertical is removed. I'll select this. Now I got this. So to show that, I just created a new one because by default, you'll get all this. Now, if you just observe here, I have this value. I don't have the title for this. Why do we need title? how will I know that this value is of sales value or what these labels are? In that case, I'll go to this element and here I have this access title. Just click on this. You can access title here, access title here. I can rename this access sales. These are very important actually. Why? Because we will know that what actually this chart is talking about. I'll say company. That's it. Right. So these are the elements. So here I have the chart title. If you want, you can go here. You can change this as well. I don't want the grid line. I can select and I can say delete. What if again I want the grid line? Again, click on this plus. Here you can see somewhere the grid line. See, again I'll get it back. I want this table to be placed here. See, I have this data table. Click on this. See, I'll get the data table. Explore this. There are so many things here, so many options here. You can see the labels here. I don't have the labels here. If I want the labels, click on this data labels. I'll get the labels here. Legend. I'll tell you what is legend. Let's go to this pie chart. You can see this. This is called as legend. The legends are given to represent each, the slice what we have here. Here I have only one series. That's why I'm getting only sales here. So I'm having only one legend. So I'm trying to explain all the elements here along with the chart what we have created. So when I'm comparing the data, then I can use this column chart, bar chart, or pie chart. Let's go to next chart. Here you can see 3 different series. Previously, I had only one series, that is sales. I have the sales of 2010, 11, and 12. And I have the company name here. Let me remove this. I'll tell you why we should remove this. Let me select, insert, and I'll say, just observe. If you see here, even this company, the heading also has become a chart because the headings here are numbers. What you see here, the numbers. That's why it is considering this also as the plot. So to avoid this, what we can do is, I'll remove this, select, insert, and I'll say column. See, I have the column chart. This way I can actually create the chart. Now you can see that I have this Bayer 2010, 11, and 12. J&J 2010, 11, and 12. You can see that there are 3 different series here. And now I can see the legend here. Legend is nothing but it will represent each series by one small dot or say some small box like this by color wise. So this is 2010. You can see that this is 2011 and this is 2012. But what happens here is it is splitting the data 2010, 11, and 12. What if I want to show the total of all these 3 years, but still I want to have the breakup. Here you can see the breakup. I want to see all these 3 values, but it has to be total. And what I'll do, select this, go to this insert, and here I have something called a stacked chart. Stack means one above the other. Let me click on this. I just put it just below this. Yes. You can see that the data what we have here is getting split. When they are split, it is 19,000, 5,000, and 17,000. You can see that the highest value is 19,000. Then here I have this 17,000, and here I have this 5,000. But when I add all this, we're getting 42,490, and you can see that it is total somewhere here 42,490. But again, the entire total will be classic, say separated. Say this is 19,000, this is 5,000, and this is 17,000. Like this. The series are stacked one above the other, but here the series are one next to next. So this is called as clustered or side by side chart. This is called as stack chart, which is one above the other. Whenever you are actually trying to represent the data of multiple series with the total and the breakup, then go for stack chart. If you think I just want to show the chart, I want to show the data just next to next by comparing with the years, or say comparing within the entity itself, then go for cluster. Okay, same thing can be done by bar stack as well, like this. We can use this bar stack. Now I cannot create pie chart. Pie chart cannot be created for multiple series. Pie chart can be created either something like this or for this, not for all the series like this. Okay, so this you should actually keep in mind. Right. If you want to create a chart in percentage wise, then let me select the same data. I'll just show it here only. Insert, and here I'll say 100% stack chart. I can see I'll have this percentage chart here, which will be based on percentage, that is 100%, like this. So what this will do, it will take the total, divide each value with the total, and what percentage I get, that will be available here. Depending on the percentage, it will calculate, so that all these values will be 100% and all the chart will be of the same level. This is very rare actually what we use. Okay, fine. So this is column chart, stack chart, then 100% stacked column chart. We saw this bar, and if you want to create the bar stack, I showed you that as well. And similarly, I can also create bar 100% chart. And we saw this pie chart. Next one is line chart. So what is line chart? Okay. Assume that I'll create one chart. Let me select this and I'll go to this insert and I'll create a column chart. Okay. Now, if you just observe this, I have 12 months and I'm trying to create the chart. And here you can see this is column clustered. Now it is very difficult for me to compare, say in January bears, here I have all the bears. Then I have this J and J. Then I have this life scan. Then I have this Menarini. It is little difficult for me to compare the growth, how it is actually growing or how the flow is going on. In these cases, I'll not take column chart. What I'll do is I'll select this, I'll take line chart, insert, and here I have this line chart. Let me just select this. What does this do? You can see that the flow, see? You can see the flow like this. I can see how the companies, the sales are performing from one period to another period. You can see that this is what they are. See, it is going down and again it is coming up in June, rising, and it is going up. So if you want to see the growth, the trend period to period, then I can use this line chart. Okay, right. Sometimes the line chart, what happens is it will be very congested. When I say congested, the lines will be one above the other. In that case, what I can do is the same data, I'll just create here only. We have something called as spark lines. What are spark lines? I'll just show you. This time I'll just select only data. Go to this insert. Here I have this spark lines. I'll have three different charts here. In this case, I'm creating line. Select this line. Location range, I'll select this. And here I'll say, okay. Let me expand this. Whatever chart you're seeing here, the lines, that will be available here, cell by cell. This is also called as in-cell chart. In-cell means inside the cell only we'll have the charts. And all these values, say this one will help us in creating this chart. This one will create here. So similarly, if I go here, Bayer, you can see the same chart is available here. Like this. The J and J, this one, see, here you can see the J and J, the same chart is available here also. So why do we create the spark lines? I'll tell you, these are all miniature charts. That means they are all very small charts. They're actually used so that for each row we can get the results, or say the representations here only. So the spark lines are very common and very popular nowadays because it is very easy for us to compare each entities like this. Suppose if you want this to be like a column chart, you can go here and here I have this column. Click on this, so this will be column chart. So you can also create the column chart. Here when I created the column chart, what was happening? It was combining all the 4 company columns are coming in one, say one series like this. So instead, what I've done, I've separated that into different columns like this. So like this also we can do. And this is dynamic. Say I'll go here. Let me make it as some 10,000. See, and say as down. Let me make it as 1 lakh. It's more than that. Let me just take one more zero like this. Let's say, see, like this. So likewise, we can actually use this for creating some small charts. Okay, fine. So this is spark lines. Next one is combined chart. Let me delete this and I'll make it bold. You've seen so many charts here. All these are some basic charts. Here I want to create one chart. Now we know that how to create chart. I'll select this, go to insert, and I'll create one column chart like this. I told you in the beginning only, while creating chart, you should know for what reason we're actually creating the chart. Chart should be very easy for us to read. Chart should be very easy to understand the data. I created one chart, the column chart. You see, I have the sales here and I'm getting the sales. But where is the growth? That is increase. Though it is getting plotted here, I'm not able to see this. Why? Because the value here is not able to compare. Say it is 25,500. It is 6%. And it says 6%, it is 0.06. If I convert this into numbers, let's say 0.06, where is 0.06 and where is 25,000? What should I do in these cases? Whenever you feel that the series are not matching, they're not of same type, what we can do is just right click, okay, or select this, right click and say format. Control 1. Let's go to this series. Select here. Okay. I clicked on this series. I can convert this into secondary axis. Instead, I'll tell you one more easiest way. Select this series, right click, and here I have this change series chart type. Okay. Click on this. I'll get one window like this. And all the columns, whatever is there, that will be plotted here as sales and increase. Let this be as column chart. The increase I will select as line chart. I selected this line chart, but here if you see, the values are in thousands, but this is in percentage. Here I have the secondary axis. I showed you one option there. Same thing, I'll go here, select the secondary axis. Say, okay, I can see that. Now I'll have a separate axis for the line. See, this is how I can actually plot. Now, if you think that all the charts, whatever you have created now, it is a little complex or it is, difficult to work on. From 2013 and above, Microsoft has made us more easier for creating the charts. What is that? Let me select this. Go to insert. Here I have something called as recommended charts. Why I didn't use this in the beginning is I wanted you guys to know how the chart actually works. When I click on this recommended chart, what it will do is it will try to understand the data and it will give me what kind of charts I can create by this data. You can see that I have one chart here. I don't have to do all the circles here now. I'll just click on this, say okay, see, automatically I'll get this chart. I don't have to go right click change series chart type or something, I can directly do something. So this is how we can actually create the charts. Okay, this is combined chart. One is column chart, other one is line chart. Same thing cannot be done for pie chart. We cannot have combination chart here. We can only do this for column chart, not even for bar chart as well. Okay, so these are some straight charts, whatever we have, the charts which are available, that is the foundation of the charts. Using these charts, let's see what all other things we can do. I have few other charts. I'll just show you. Let me go to this conditional formatting chart. Yesterday we saw the conditional formatting for cells. Similarly, we can do the conditional formatting for the chart as well. But I'll tell you people, there is no straight option for creating this conditional formatting chart. For that, we have to do few functions. I'll tell you what you have to do. Now assume that I have a query. I have one requirement to do something like this. That is, I want some reports like this. What is that? Any value which is less than or equal to 500 should be blue color. Any value between 500 and 1000 should be in red color. Any value above 1000 should be in green color. You just see, I'll change this to 1400. Automatically, this should get changed to green color according to the condition. See, it becomes green color. Suppose if this gets changed, say here, I'll make it as 800. See, this should become red color. Here, this one, I'll just change this to 300. Then it should become blue color. See, you don't have any charts which you can create by using this data just straight away like this somewhere here. You don't have that option. And many of them actually write program for this. Don't do anything like this. I'll tell you, this can be done in a very, very simple way. I'll show you how it is. Let me just remove this. See here. I've taken one table here. It's called as dummy table, the reference table. I've written one formula here. What is that formula? If this value is less than or equal to 500, then it should be C4, that is this value. Otherwise, NA, that is not available. Next is 500 to 1000. See, I've written one more formula. If the value is from 500 to 1000, then take this value. Otherwise, leave it NA. Okay, anything greater than 1000, let's say it should be C4. Otherwise, it should be NA. So what happens here is, I have three different conditions. The value what I give here should fall under any one of these conditions. I'll select this. This time I'll create stacked chart. So what happens when I create a stack chart like this? See, if the value is there in all the, see, something like this, you can see that I have all the values here. But since this value is falling under any one of these columns, so then this becomes, say, here, I'll just copy this. I'll copy this, see, like this. Because this will be in any one of the columns. Let me just change this to 400 again. See, this will come here and this will become. So I'm just showing you, these are all actually comes under reporting techniques. Okay, that is when you're learning the dashboards, that time it will come. So for that, you have to practice your basic charts. I'm just showing you what are other things which can be done by using this basic chart itself. See, this advanced charts also we can actually do it. Right. Now here you can see, I have one chart here. This is for negative and positive. Here you can see I have the negative values here and positive value here. So for this, what we have done is we have taken a different series. One is for positive and another one was negative. If you take both together, let's say for example, copy, I'm just showing you. See, if both are together with the same series, see, the chart will be something like this. See, the same color. We cannot differentiate. It should be in different series, and I can see that I have one series for positive, another series for negative, and the formula is like this. If the value is greater than 0, then it is positive. less than 0, it is negative. Now let me change this to negative. See, let's take this negative. I'll make it as 2. See, this becomes minus 16%. Automatically, this will get changed. We change this as well. See, okay. All right. So here also I'm using the basic chart only. Only thing is I'm using here some formula and I'm trying to show it like this. All right. Next one, we have butterfly chart. Butterfly chart is nothing but we have this. Sometimes you would have seen some survey going on wherein we'll have this yes or no kind of thing. So now you can see that I have this positive and negative values which are shown. Like previously we had that positive and negative, which is just a simple thing. But here sometimes what happens? Some people actually give the say question here, say yes or no kind of thing. So this is yes and this is no. Now if you see here how many are yes and how many are no, we can actually do it something like this. Now if I go here and change, so this is actually coming in reverse order actually. Now if you say this one part, say 741, it is yes, it is coming towards my left hand side. If I say no, then it should be something like this. So for this, what we have done is we have taken one dummy series actually like this. Say yes values will be here, no values will be here, and then we'll have some dummy series, then we can create something else. So these are all the advanced techniques which we'll be using, but I'm just telling you all these things what you see which seems to be very advanced, they are not actually advanced. It is just some tricks what we actually do. This is actually a column, say bar stack chart actually, this one. See, the data is arranged something like this. Select here, go to this and say bar stack chart. And see that I'll get the chart like this. Then after that, what we have done is just selected this and then go to this color. I'll say fill, no fill. This one, no fill. This one, no fill. That's it. See? Like this. So these are all tricks. So this, we have a course called as dashboard designing and automation. In that we'll have only these kind of unique kind of charts. There are hundreds of charts like this what we have created. So I'll just try and see if I can show you some of them, just to show you and give you an idea. Okay, so yes, see. I'm just trying and seeing if you have that kind of charts. Okay, let me just check this. There are so many charts like this. Okay, so I want to show you some interesting charts actually. Let me just show you. See, this is another kind of chart where we have this, say, quarter, say all quarters. If I click on this, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Again, there is no programming involved in this. Just some simple formulas we have written and we are trying to do this. Okay, fine. So likewise, there are so many hundreds of charts which you can explore, and I'll be giving you these data as well. You can just go through that formula and you can work on this. Okay, right. So Sufyan, to answer your question, what you have asked, see, charts are actually used in reportings. Okay, so wherever we actually have to show some reports, we'll be using this charts. Okay, so people who work on this data analytics or say MIS reporting, or people who are into business analytics or who are data scientists, they'll be creating these kind of charts so that they can show the data, they can represent the data and make people understand easily. Okay, fine. So let's take a minute break. All right, charts. Name some of the charts what we learned. Quickly, I'll give you 1 minute. Quickly, you'll have to answer it. Name some of the charts what we have learned. Take 1 minute and answer it quickly. Quickly, I want all of you to answer. What happened, people? Good. If you guys are overloaded, shall I stop? It's not pi, it is PIE. Okay, not PAI. It is pi, people, not PAI. It is pi. It's not pi. Good. Okay, fine. Now, how was this charting techniques session? Quickly, I want, don't take more than 15 seconds. Quickly, I just give only 15 seconds, enough. So, fine. Yes, Vinayak, you have to practice. Okay, people. Not only this, anything, it seems very simple, but you'll have to practice. See, overnight you cannot become master. Okay, so whatever is possible within this 10 hours, I'm trying to give you that knowledge. And again, most of you who have answered yesterday, they are getting this entire course. Okay, entire course I'm giving you free. Okay, so I'll be sending you some access code. How to get that, I'll show you. In that, all these things are there which you can learn complete. Say this is somewhere around some 12 to 16 hours of class which is there, so you can go through that video by video, chapter by chapter. Everything is there in detail. Word PowerPoint is not there, Sufyan. That we'll see. We are actually planning. So if we actually start this Word and PowerPoint, that time we can plan accordingly. Okay. Right. See, there are so many things which I don't want to do any marketing here. So as I promised, so there is no marketing here. So that's why I'm not proposing any of you for the course purchases. Okay. So I'm just telling you that people who have answered properly, they're getting this Excel course. So rest, I don't want to talk about the commercials. So we are just talking only about the trainings and the course what we have won. Okay. Right. Now stop, all of you. Stop messaging. Now concentrate. This is one more very important chapter, that is pivot tables. Okay. So we'll see what is pivot table, and then we'll see lot many interesting things. And I'll try to show you one small dashboard also for you, how the data scientist or data analytics people or data analyst will actually use this pivot table for creating their reports. Okay. So all of you stop messaging now. Right, pivot table. Let me open this. Right. It's the same data what we used yesterday, but still I'll be giving you this data. This is a normal data what we have. Now, what I want is, I want the summarized report. When I say summarized report, let's say I want the total sales for each region. I want total sales based on subcategories. Or I want to see the profit of each category. If I want to do that, I have to write a lot of formulas. Instead, what we can do is, we have something called as pivot table here. This pivot table will help us in summarizing the data. Just see, I'll go and I'll move my cursor here. See, easily arrange and summarize complex data in a pivot table. That means it will help us in summarizing my data in a very simple way. How? Let's see. You just see, I'm not selecting any data here. I'm just keeping my cursor somewhere in this table. And I can create the pivot table here. But make sure that the headings are not blank. This is first rule what you have to check. The entire table, see, if one of the heading is not there, pivot table will throw error. You cannot create pivot table. If I have one blank row like this, entire blank row, pivot table can be created, but you cannot create just by selecting this cell. You have to select the entire table like this, and then you'll have to work. That is, you have to create pivot table. So make sure that you don't have any blank rows, blank column heading. If at all you have a blank row like this, make sure that you'll select the data and then create pivot table. Otherwise, you might miss the data. All right. Now, assuming that all the column headers are there, I don't have any blank rows. Go to insert. I have this pivot table. I'll just click on this pivot table. When I click on this pivot table, you can see that I'll get one small window. Select a table or range. Automatically, it is selected. New worksheet. Create a pivot table always in a new worksheet. I'll say okay. When I click on that, you can see that I'm getting this one placeholder. This is the pivot table placeholder. Towards my right hand, I'll get this pivot table fields. So what is this field? You can see all the column headers here will be available here. Just below that, you have these 4 boxes: filters, column headers, row headers, and values. What are these? I'll tell you. First, I want to create a report. I'll take this region, drag it, and I'll drop it here in rows. You can see that I'm getting this like this. I want the sales, the number. Okay, this is the number value. Say number column, I'll drag it and I'll put it in value. See, it is getting summarized. Sum of sales. I don't want region. I want by subcategory. Select this. See, now I'm getting the summarized values based on subcategory. That is all pivot table. It will just summarize, but we have to understand which column I have to summarize. What is the calculation I have to do? What is the function I have to use? Which all columns I need to create the reports. See, let me remove this. I'll go to this region again, drag it, and I'll drop it here. I'm getting the data by region. I'll take this category and I'll just drop it just below this region. You can see that I'm getting the region and the category like this. You can expand or collapse like this. You click on this. This is by category. I'm getting the results like this. I don't want something like this. I want this to be like a matrix table. Take this category and put it in column header. You can see that now this becomes something like this, a column header like this. I want this category as a row header only, but not in the same column. You can see that they are in the same column. I want to change the layout. Then what I'll do? I'll go to this design. You'll have this report layout. Change this to tabular form. See? When I change this to tabular form, I'll get this subtotal as well. That is, we have this grand total. So what is grand total? Grand total is nothing but the total of all the values what we have here. Subtotal is only for this, the first, the parent field. Now suppose if I take one more field, let's say we'll take ship mode. I'll just put it below this. See, now I'll get the subtotal for category. Previously it was not there. Now because this is the parent for ship mode, region is parent for category, I say category is parent for ship mode. Like this. Let me remove the ship mode, just drag and drop it outside. Select this subtotal, right click and say, click on the subtotal is gone. Control Z I did. Or I can go to this design, you have this subtotal, see here, do not show subtotal, all the subtotals are gone. You can see I have the blank values here like this. I want to fill this. What happens? Let me copy this, and if I paste it in another sheet, see, I'll get this blank values. If you want to fill this, I have to go here, select this and say Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. Instead, what I can do in the pivot table itself, go to design. Here I have, so many options. I'll say report layout, repeat all items. Click on this. I can see it is repeated. I'll take one more ship mode and I'll just drag and drop. See, it's getting filled automatically. Go to this report layout. Do not repeat. You can see that the blanks are coming there like this. So you can decide whether I need the blank or not required. If you want the blank, you can just leave it as is or say repeat all items. It will. I want the ship mode to be as a column header. Just move it here. See, I'll get the table like this. It is just summarizing however I want. I'm just trying to summarize it. All right. Now, I want this table to be filtered only by central, east, or south. Take this region, I'll put it in page filter. This is called as page filter. Now just observe, I'll say I want it by east. Now what report I'm getting here is by east, west. I want multiple values, say multiple values. So I want east and west, see, this combined. This is pivot table. Pivot table is just to summarize the data. Drag and drop the columns here and get the values calculated. This value is what you see. Make sure that this is only number column. If you're taking any text column, what happens is it'll just give count. Say for example, I'll take say customer, I'll put it here. See, I'll get only the count. You can see a count of customer name because I cannot do any other function other than count. Let me take profit here. See, I'll get sum of profit. Now let's remove all this. I'll take, let's say we'll take a region and I'll put it here. Let's take category and I'll put it here. And then I'll take the sales and I'll put it here. Okay. Now here, let me select all these regions. I want this by say east. See, I get this east. Let me copy this. I'll put it here. I want the pivot table by ship mode. Let me copy this and I'll put it here. And I want this by set. You can see I have 3 different pivot tables. I'll select east here. Instead of east, now I'll select central. I selected the central. Then I have this east. Again, I have to go here and say central. Then here also I should go here, remove this east and say central. I'm actually trying to create one dashboard where I have one chart here, say insert. I can create a chart based on this pivot table. Let's say I'll create one chart. Okay, let's say this is a kind of dashboard what I'm actually creating, say this one. And here I'll say insert more chart. This is for category. This is for ship mode, and one more chart is for I created 3 different charts. Let me remove the grid lines. Okay, see, I created 3 different charts. Now, if I go here, I'm trying to select East. Say, okay, see, only this is getting changed and these are not getting changed. So what should I do? I have to go here, change individually. Instead, what I can do is, let's select this pivot table. Go to this pivot table, analyze. We have something called a slicer. So whenever you are creating any dashboard and you want multiple charts to be filtered automatically, let me select this slicer. And here what I'll do is I'll select the column which I'm trying to filter all the columns. I'll say all the tables, region, and select this. See, just observe now. I'll say center. See, it's getting changed. Slicers are actually a fancy way of filtering the data like this. My intention is not just to update only this chart. These 2 charts also should be updated. So what I'll do is select this slicer, right click, and here I have this report connection. When I say report connection, it will show me all the pivot tables in that particular workbook. I'm selecting these 2 as well and say, okay. Now you just observe, see central. Can you see that? It's getting changed like this automatically. So we can connect the reports like this. We can connect the reports and we can try to create one small dashboard like this. Say, I'm just showing you one basic dashboard only. You can create banners. There are so many things what you can actually do it so that it will be more interesting actually like this by using this slicers. Let me just check if I can show you quickly. I'll just try and see if I can show you. Just checking if we have some dashboard. Okay, see, you can see the slicer here. See, you can do something like this. So all these are actually created by using the same thing, say slicer here like this. So for this, what we have done, we kept all the, say, the pivot tables in the backend. Okay, see, all these are pivot tables. All the calculations are happening in the backend. So what we have done, just try to arrange that. That's all. If you go here now, see, these are all some dashboarding techniques actually what we have used. See, like this, you can actually do it like this. Same thing here, what I'm showing you, but I've arranged it. These things are actually in a different sheet. These charts are actually formatted, and this one actually you can select here. You can see that colors. So I've just used these colors, something like this. See, you go here and select like this. So this is pivot table where you can actually try to summarize the report and you can do it by using this slicer. So you can have any number of slices. Suppose if you think that you want to have one more slicer, go here, go to pivot table, analyze, say slicer, you can select any of the, let's say for example, let's take by state. Okay, you can see here, I have one slicer. Say central, you can see all the states of central. Now if I click on this thing, again right click, report connection, select these 2 parameters. See, so if you want to change the color format, you can go here, you can format. Now this region, if you see, they're completely in one column. If you want to change this, see, I'll go here, I'll make it as 2 columns. See, I can have something like this. Like this. Okay, so likewise, you can create the dashboards like this as well by formatting. So you need to know the formatting and things like that. That's the next level of say Excel, that is dashboards and things like that. Okay, so you can create. It's very easy actually. Whatever I've shown now, that knowledge itself is enough to create such kind of dashboard. So what you can do is you can just try to align this. That's all. So here we have so many dashboards like this we have done. See, all these are actually done by pivot tables only. See, the same data what I'm showing now, it's the same data what I've used. Okay, fine. Now let me just save this and close this. The pivot table what I showed was from only one single sheet. This is actually complete advanced pivot tables. I was telling you about the data modeling, right? Here I was talking about the data modeling. Let me just show you how actually this will work. Though this might be little advanced for you guys, but this is the latest option what we have in 365. So I'll just show you how actually it works. If you want, you can practice this. Otherwise, you can ignore this. But now, if you want to become expert, or say if you want to work on Power BI or business intelligence tools, this concept is very, very compulsory and necessary. So what is this? I'll tell you. The pivot table what we just created was from only one single table. It was very easy for us to create. We created. But now if you see the same data, I have split that into different sheets like this. Now if you see here, if you want to create the report, say I don't have the region here, but I have the location ID. See, I have the location here, I have the location ID. If you want to create the report by region, I cannot do this now here because the region, the location is in different sheet and the data is in different sheet, the sales data. If you want to bring that, I have to create one column here. Say previously what we used to do, region, and say we look up and take the data from this sheet, and then we used to create the report. But now we have an option of connecting various different tables. Let me just do for these two sheets how to connect. If you want to connect, first you have to convert this into table here. Say insert, and I'll click on this table. Say okay, it'll automatically select. Say okay. Select the location table, insert table, done. This has to be converted to table, and then next what I'll do is I'll try to connect these two. Go to this insert, and here I have this pivot table. Click on this. When I click on this, it will select the entire table what we created. But this time, make sure that you are saying that add this data to the data model. This has to be selected. The previous example we didn't select. So what this will do is I showed you this data and data model. This data will go to that data model. I'll show you that as well. Say okay. When I click on OK, see what happens. The data what I have created here, that is the table, that will go to data model. I can see this is one table. I'll click on this all. You can see there are two tables. I'm not seeing any other sheets here because if you want to create pivot table from various different sheets, first you have to convert that into table, and I can see only these two tables. Now in the table 2, I have this region. Let me take this region. And in table 1, I have the sales. I'll take this sales. But see, I'll not get the proper results here. Why? Because they are not connected. How to connect this? Say here, I can say auto detect. If I click on this, automatically it'll get detected, but I don't want to do this because I want to show you how they are actually getting related. You have this relationship here. I'll click on this relationship. I'll say new. See here also I have this auto detect. This and this are same. I'll click on this new. You can see I'll get one small table here. I know this is little confusing. Don't worry. This is very easy actually. I'll say relationship. I'll go here. It'll ask for the table. I'll say table 1. Which is the column I'm trying to connect? Say location ID. Go to table 2, and here I have this location ID and say okay. See, when I click on this okay, automatically the data will become proper like this. Because now the IDs from table 1 and the IDs from table 2 are getting connected. Now let's go to this data model. if I click on this, it'll take me to one more window. And here you can see those two tables, see table 1 and table 2. How they are connected, see here. Let's go to this. See, diagram view, this is table 1 and this is table 2. And here you can see the location ID is getting connected with location ID here. So this is data modeling actually. I'll go here, I'll say data view. See, there are a lot many things to learn in this. This is completely as an advanced Excel Pro Plus. Okay, that is it's you know it's a different level of Excel actually. Okay. Right, let me just close this. Now, if we start explaining this again, it will take another 10 hours to 12 hours. It's such big course actually. Now here, if you see, it is getting connected. Now, if you want to create any reports, I'll go here, I want state, put it here. See, I can create the state report here. So likewise, we can actually connect any number of tables here to the data modeling, and then we can actually create the reports. Okay, so pivot table, what we did previously and this one, both are same. Only thing is, if the data is in different sheets, we are connecting it by the relationship here. That's all. This relationship, what you see. Okay, this relationship. Just keep this in mind. Okay, so once you start learning all the Excel concepts, once you start learning all the reportings and things like that, this relationship also will become very easy for you. And again, in this course, what I'm actually trying to give you, there you also find the basic of these relationships as well, wherein it will help you in mastering it as well. Okay, so this is what we had for today. That is, I just explain this. Summarize the main table. Okay, now let me close this. All right, so I'll be sharing this notepad and this data with you. Practice this. Okay, now let me go back and show you who all have okay. Where is this course? Okay, see, I'm just opening in front of you only. I'll just click on this, the quiz, and save. Okay, let's see how many of you answered. So people who are answering now onwards, they'll not get any prize actually. So I'll stop that. But now whoever has got say 70 marks, I think now some of them actually have answered. When I saw in the evening, it was only till this one. Okay, so I think 80 people are there. Very good. Now onwards, I'll stop. Okay, so these are the people, right? So these many people. I'll just hide all this. Let me hide other people as well. After this over answered. Right. So these people. Okay. So all these people, your names will be announced and you'll be getting whatever course you have promised. The course also will be given to you. I don't know how many of you have attended here. So for all these people, okay, all the 80 people will get that course. We'll send you the access code. You don't have to pay anything. You'll be having access for the entire course. Let's go here. Okay. Let me just show advanced Excel e-learning course builder. See, introduction up to this pivot table charts with the materials. Okay, so this you will be getting completely free. You can use it and you can learn every chapter what we teach, okay, in our institute, it is available here. And again, people, whoever has reviewed, okay, for them, from my side, I have a special gift for them, for all these people. If you already have answered, if you've already got the Excel, then I'll be giving you the next level of Excel price for you guys. That is Advanced Excel Pro Plus. You know, that is something which you won't get in the internet as well, because that is by my experience. I have created that course. That also I'll show you. Advanced Excel Pro Plus. This is for the people who have reviewed both. It should be in Google and in the app. Okay, in the Google review, that tomorrow you'll get the link. So tomorrow you can review for them. See, this is the course what I'll be giving you from my side. It's a gift, complete. See, all this, even Power Query editors. You know, you cannot even imagine also, this course is something a different level actually. Okay, you cannot actually see this. Most of the topics, I'm not telling all the topics, most of the topics is not there in the YouTube as well. It's there in our YouTube, but not in others YouTube. So we have done a lot of R&D and we have created that for the dashboard. You can see that dashboard which I showed you. So that also will be there in that. So that kind of dashboard. So let me just show you. Pro Plus. If you just go here, you have this dashboards here. Okay, dynamic reports. You can see this one, and you can see the pivot, the power pivots, Power Query. So here you can see advanced reports. So this one this is what I was talking about. Okay, advanced reports, Power Pivots. You have the video here. Okay, so this is the gift for people who will be reviewing in app as well as in the Google. Okay, they'll get this. Is from my side. Personally, I'll be giving it because you are encouraging us. For that, I'm supporting you guys. Okay, but as promised, all these 80 people will surely get that Excel course. Okay, and year afterwards, whoever is answering, I'll not give that. So the people follow us on the LinkedIn page. All these names will be mentioned there. Follow us on Instagram. So all these names will be mentioned there as well. If you want, I can actually tag you as well, or you can tag us so that others also will know that you have got very good marks. I'll put with marks, all of you. Okay, and you can also follow us on Facebook page so that you can get more and more videos like this. And if you guys want, many different courses for free, you can follow us on the YouTube as well. You can go and see there are a lot many contents, more than 900 videos are there already. You can go there, you can learn a lot many things. Okay, fine. So this is from my side, and I'll stop. And then now okay, right. So now quickly, people, how was the entire 4 day session? So then I'll show you. Wait, I have uploaded. I'll show you. How was the 4 days course? Thank you, Madhan. All of you, thank you so much. Thank you. People, as promised, we also have plans. So today we had a meeting. So we also have a plan of having Power BI and SQL completely free for college students, but that will be next month. Okay, completely free, like what we did. Same thing, complete course on Power BI and SQL. But we need the encouragement. If you guys are encouraging us, yes, for sure, we'll also get some energy to teach you. Okay. Okay, Sufyan, I'll show you about yesterday's course. Okay, see here. Okay, sorry, the video is not uploaded. I'm very sorry. It's there in the YouTube, but I forgot to add here. I'll add that. Okay, very sorry. Video is not there. It is there in the YouTube, but I forgot to update here. I'll do that. Yes, Vinayak, it's our promise. Okay, Power BI and SQL both together will be giving you completely free like what we did. But that will be next month because we have a lot many things to do. That will be say after August 15th. Okay, let me just give one approximate date. So let's take it from August 15th only. Say from August 15th to 19th, probably. Okay, but yes, we'll do it. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you. So as promised, you will get this course. And as promised from my side, if you are reviewing us in Google and in the app for sure, I will give you from my side the Advanced Excel Pro Plus as a gift for you guys. I'll send you to your email IDs. Okay, people, we know, we have your email IDs. You'll get all the instructions how you can actually access this. For that, we need to create the access codes, but everything will be given next week only, not this week, because it will take a lot of time for us to create access for you guys. If it is like 1 or 2 people, it just take one day. But there are more people, say around 80 people. So for us, it will take some time. You have to check and then you have to give. Okay, so it will take some time, but for sure next week you will get by Monday evening or by Tuesday afternoon, and it's a promise. If you're not getting, please message us. We'll check. Whoever have not got, we'll try to contact, we'll try to check, and then we'll give the access. Okay, and it's a promise what I'm telling. Okay, so thank you so much, people. So tomorrow I'll not be there. If possible, Word and PowerPoint. Yes, Sufyan, we'll try for that as well. Okay, yes. Congratulations to all the winners. Yes, let me also congratulate. Congratulations to all. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow I'll not be there. Tomorrow Sri Vidya will be there. So she is actually expert again in Excel, and she will be explaining you about how you can become, how you can actually become the Microsoft certified professional. Okay. She will give you the complete instruction and you can go through that. And if you guys are interested to become Microsoft certified professional in a very easy way, yes, we are there to help you, and she will guide you how to do that. If anybody is interested, you can let her know. She will help you on that as well. Okay, fine, people. Thank you so much. Take care. Catch you guys soon. Okay, bye bye.